I apologize. Hopefully people still found this. I apologize if you logged in and didn't see the stream. I messed up because I suck at this. I suck at this and I have to go on a rant. So hopefully second time around this will be a good rant. All right. We're going to go over the patch notes before I start playing today. We're going to do something a little different. I'm only going to play for a little bit today because the balanced data slate for Warhammer 40k just dropped. And it looks like it's going to be extensive again. It looks like it's going to be massive. So on my Tumblr, which I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure my Tumblr is linked in the Divine Erdrick channel. I think it's both on my Twitch. I might not be on my Twitch anymore. I might have to update that. But hopefully it's linked there. But in my Tumblr, I am again going to do a full write-up. I'm not just going to vlog my impressions and my opinions. I'm actually going to sit down, do some hard analysis, do some hard research, and I'm going to do a full write-up, and hopefully I will be able to produce that quickly enough that I can keep playing as much Path of Exile 2 as I want. There are going to be interruptions there, though, as life is wont to do. So we're only going to play a little bit today so I can get started on that write-up. Also, I'm very much under the weather. I've not been getting enough sleep lately. My doctor actually wants me to get less sleep, but I have been failing to do what my doctor thinks is appropriate for my sleep. And so I need to focus on make sure I'm doing that correctly. I have been sloppy with that and I need to fix it. And I'm obviously paying for it as today is showing. All right, so we have patch notes that a lot of people are already gone over. I'm going to do my own opinion. I've actually been trying very hard not to pay too much attention to other people's opinions because I want my vlog of this game to be as unfiltered as possible. I want GGG to be getting my unfiltered, genuine opinion and reactions to the content they've created. On that note, though, it is not that I'm oblivious to things that are going on. I've already said some piece on the forum, but I feel like I do have to address some things here too now, because odds are more people are going to watch videos than they are going to watch a forum post. Right now, there are a lot of people who are not enjoying Path of Exile 2. And they are not wrong. As much as people have tried to criticize them, and as much as people have tried to brush them aside or diminish their complaints, if you're not having fun with Path of Exile 2 right now, your opinion is valid. Now, some people have been lashing out over this, and their criticisms have not exactly been fair. Many of them have been targeted or accusatory at both Grinding Gear Games and other members of the community. And that doesn't help anything. That doesn't help anyone. By the same token, in response to that, many people who are enjoying Path of Exile 2 have also been lashing out back at those players, again, being very accusatory and essentially worried that Grinding Gear Games is going to do something in response to the backlash that they're not going to like. And that's not fair. That's not good either. Everyone has a right to their opinion. And for the vast majority of people on either side, they're just concerned players who are trying to get the best version of the game they can. Yes, there's always going to be a few idiots. There's always going to be a few tryhards. There's always going to be a few I'm just going to go and say it. There's always going to be assholes in any community. And there are people who are definitely memeing on this and being dicks about this in forums, on Reddit, as the Reddit communities are wont to do, and they are taking it too far. But just because a handful of people are voicing complaints like this does not make any criticism of this game irrelevant. Everyone's opinion matters. And on that note, everyone's opinion matters, whether, like me, you've played literally almost every version of the game. I think there's only been a handful of leagues since Legacy I missed. And so basically I missed a lot of the post-release and some of the beta leagues. But I still played in alpha, I still played in beta. And I've played very, very steadily and faithfully since Legacy. Okay? So there's a lot of people who have played a lot of Path of Exile. All right? And their opinions are valid. There are also players coming in who are brand new to the game. And guess what? Their opinions are valid too. And everywhere in between. All of those people who came in on power creeped leagues when the game was a lot easier and you could look up a build guide and get 6 links gear without any effort, and you could breeze through clearing pinnacle content with just a handful of hours under your belt, all of those people, their opinions are valid too. The best thing you can do right now is you can voice those opinions. Voice them as carefully and thoughtfully as you can, but do voice them. Don't worry about memeing or making clickbait forum thread titles. I guarantee right now there is an entire team at Grinding Your Games dedicated to going through the forum posts. I mean, for crying out loud, if my forum posts are being read, your forum posts are going to get read. I'm, even though I have played some alpha, I'm still nobody. Okay, I'm a no one. So if they're checking my forum throws, they're going to be checking yours. So voice your concerns. Tell Grinding Your Games what's wrong. Tell them what's not working. Because here's the thing. As much as people are worried that this game is going to end up being not for them, or the opposite, that it is for them, and they're worried GGG is going to compromise on their vision, I guarantee there are things wrong with this game. I have experienced them. I've only been playing the game, well, I guess I've been playing the game almost as much as everybody else has, except for obviously the breaks I've been forced to take because of life. Okay, I'm sure there's someone who's no life content all the way up to day 6. Okay, but even with how much I've been enjoying the game and how much I've been having fun and how glowing I have been about what Grinding Your Games has accomplished, calling it a masterpiece, and I really do believe this game is a masterpiece, there are things wrong with this game. It is not perfect. Okay? That's why it's in early access. And here's the thing. Just because GGG fixes something, because players were complaining about it, does not mean they've compromised on their vision. By the same token, just because you encounter something you absolutely hate does not mean that when 1.0 comes out, it will still be there. It is very possible that at the end of early access, every player, or almost every player who is complaining right now and says the game sucks and GGG is abandoning their old audience and it's not for them, there's every possibility that come 1.0, you will join the game and have fun. Because that's what this is all for. And anyone says otherwise is lying and just rage baiting to you. Because, again, just talk to anyone who played this game in ExileCon 2023, let alone the original ExileCon, and ask them how much has changed. It's been a lot. GGG has changed this game a ton. And they're going to change it a lot more. That doesn't mean they're going to compromise on their vision. That doesn't mean they're selling out. Okay? GGG is very much a company about targeting audiences. They know that when you try to make a game for everyone, you make a game for no one. Not to get too much into D4 bad, but seriously, just look at what Blizzard did with Diablo. They tried to make Diablo 4 for basically the entire action RPG audience, plus try to bring in as many mass market customers as they could, both from their own games and from other games. And look at what happened. Grinding your games is all about making the game they want to make and trusting that an audience will find it. And it is very possible that you may not be in that audience, and that sucks. And you have a right to be upset about that. The only condolences I can give to you are, again, one, they are listening to feedback. There is every possibility that by the time this game hits 1.0, you will love this game. That is entirely and completely possible. I know you're probably shaking your head, but no, that is totally a possibility. There are people who came in on Expedition League who still play Path of Exile. It happens, all right? And two, Path of Exile is not going anywhere. I've already seen people posting worried about Path of Exile or asking for Path of Exile remastered. To that second point, it's already happening. The animation system for Path of Exile 2 is already in Path of Exile 1. We've already got Path of Exile 2 assets in Path of Exile 1. We've already got the currency exchange system in Path of Exile 1. Systems are going to be ported back. Graphics are going to be ported back. Animations are going to be ported back. And that does not mean that Path of Exile is going to become a mirror of Path of Exile 2. They're going to be kept separate games. They made them separate games for a reason. They technically have different lead directors, although Mark has been doing a lot when it comes to the end game for PoE 2. But they understand that there is a community, a passionate community that loves Path of Exile. They're not going to dismiss that community. As long as they are still coming out, as long as you are still coming out for leagues, because I know I'm going to be coming out for leagues, as long as they are still contributing, as long as they're still providing feedback, as long as they're still playing the game, and yes, as long as it's still generating revenue, there is no reason for grinding your games to abandon Path of Exile 1. There is only every reason to continue to upgrade it and make it a good game, especially since we've got two separate games with, at this point, what seem to be very clearly two separate philosophies going on. As Jonathan said, the games diverged, and they're going to continue to diverge. Again, hopefully, things get smoothed out, and you'll eventually come back and find that Path of Exile 2 is a game you can enjoy. All right? Now, I do think that there is a certain audience that will probably never enjoy Path of Exile 2, just as I'm in the audience that is absolutely loving it. There are many reasons we play video games. One reason we play video games is because we like to see that path of progression. We love to see our characters and work through our characters as they gain in strength and gain in power. We want to see, we love it every time we find a new upgrade item. Every time we put a skill point in our tree or unlock a new keystone or a new notable. Every time we ascend, it just works for us. And we love that progression and we love seeing it happen. And we start to get bored when it feels like that progression has stopped, when it feels like we've done all we can do. Path of Exile 2 is masterful at drawing that out. They have done such a good job of making that feeling of progression and growing power feel smooth and fun and just hit all of the right dopamine points. By the same token, there are players who like to feel powerful in a video game. That is what their joy is. They love the power fantasy of it. They love the idea of going into a field filled with enemies and just wiping them clean. They love phasing bosses in seconds. They love doing crazy things that cause the screen to just ignite with cool effects. They absolutely love that. And it does not look like Path of Exile 2 will cater to that crowd. It genuinely looks like it is much more focused on developing and growing your character it's more, to use the old axiom, it's more focused on the journey, not the destination. If what you care about is the destination, there is a very real chance that Path of Exile 2 is not targeted at you. And again, all I can say is that right now, Path of Exile 1 has become that game, and it is not going anywhere. Like I said, it will continue to receive updates. In fact, I am willing to bet that the January update is going to be significant. I know a lot of people are worried, like, because Grinding Gear Games shifted so many people to Path of Exile 2. I know a lot of people are worried that they're going to stay there. They're not. Right now, if you are a developer, Path of Exile 2 is boring. Nearly everything that's going to be in Path of Exile 2 at 1.0 is almost done. Yes, they've got to finish the classes, they've got to finish the acts, there's probably some endgame systems that they're still working on. But it's mostly done. And there's a good chance that some of the stuff you're working on won't be out until 6 months, maybe even a year from now. By contrast, we know that their goal for the next expansion for Path of Exile 1 is going to be released by the end of February. That's their goal. That is the deadline they've set for themselves. Now, they may not make it, but that is what they're trying to do. If you are a developer, you want to be on that project. You want to be on the project where what you're working on is actually going to be seen by the community. And that's probably what we're going to see moving forward, is we're going to see GGG shifting personnel, not just because they need to meet release cadence, okay? But they're going to shift personnel because the personnel are going to want to work on the project where their content is going to be seen soonest, where they're going to get that feeling of satisfaction of finishing their job and shipping it sooner. So trust me, there's going to be a significant team working on the next expansion of Path of Exile, especially since it's the first expansion in like over 6 months. They kind of need to hit it out of the park. All right. So trust me, Path of Exile 1 is not going anywhere. It is only going to get better. And Path of Exile 2 is not going anywhere. GGG is not going to compromise their vision. It's just going to get better. And here's the start. We've already got a patch note for 1.0C with big changes to the game. We've seen some minor bug fix. Well, I shouldn't say minor. A lot of the bug fixes have been pretty freaking important. They've needed to hunt down some demons in the code. Put those witch hunters to work. But this is our first big one. And in my opinion, like, I've already had a lot of this previewed. I kind of skimmed it. None of this compromises on the vision. This is still Path of Exile 2. They're just ironing out wrinkles, smoothing away rough edges. They're just trying to make the game as good as it possibly can be. All right, so campaign bosses killed after the first kill will now drop less currency items, replacing them with other items. All right, so what it looks like they're trying to do here is if you are farming a boss because you're having trouble advancing, they're trying to make it so that that boss is more rewarding to farm. Yes, currency is fantastic, but if you're farming a boss, you need more than currency. You need drops. Just like where I kind of got stuck with Jaman Ra. I need better mana flask. I need a better mana flask, preferably a mana flask with a passive charge rate, so I can persist in longer boss fights. Because right now my character is plenty tanky, it's just not doing enough damage. The funny thing is I didn't put a lot of freaking endurance nodes. It's mostly damage nodes is what I've gotten. So my character is plenty tanky, but I need mana. And I really need to improve my weapons. So this is for people like me. This is also for people where if you're one of those people who reported killing the boss and losing your drops because you died to ads or something afterwards, well, this means that there's a higher likelihood that when you go back and kill that boss, you'll get even better gear. All right, increase the drop rate of Regal Orbs. Regal Orbs are a bottleneck. I know I'm bottlenecked by them. I am sacrificing every rare I find or stop using to get more Regal Orbs. So being able to find them more is going to be great. Significantly increase the drop rate of the Gem Cutter's Prison. I haven't seen one, but then again, I'm not in endgame, but the joke I've heard is, wait, Gem Cutter's Prisms exist? They've also made it so you need fewer of them. After all, this is not Path of Exile 1. First of all, we don't have the crafting recipe for 20 quality, although that's been gone since I think the trial changes that happened in Path of Exile 1. I think that's when they removed that crafting recipe, and you've needed to rely on Gem Cutter's Prisons and trial rewards in order to get your quality up. But you've also got a lot more gems now than you usually do in a Path of Exile 1 build. You have a lot more gems, so being able to improve their quality is very important. Now, I could be wrong since I haven't tried to improve the quality or check for quality improvements on support gems, but if you can still improve a support gem's quality, that's a lot of quality you're going to need. So being able to bump it up by 5 is great. Lowered the drop rate of Chaos Orbs and distributed amongst the other more valued currency items like Regal Orbs and Exalted Orbs. Makes perfect sense to me. I'm honestly surprised I found a Chaos already. Like, cool, I found a Chaos, that's great. And I did use it, and it unfortunately did not really help me all that much. But Chaoses are essentially now an Annul and an Exalt at the same time. So they should be rarer than Annuls and Exalts. Lower the drop rate of Artificer's Orbs and distilled it to Lesser Jeweler's Orbs. This is a little frustrating because you need your Artificers for gear fixing. But again, you can still get Artificer Shards to make Artificer's Orbs. I have not seen a single Lesser Jeweler's Orb yet. I don't know if it's just that they don't drop very often in Act 2, but I have not seen a single one yet. And I've got so many. I've literally got support gems I'm not using because I don't have freaking gem sockets. I do not have the gem sockets to use them. Disenchanting rare items with 6 modifiers now provides 2 Regal Shards, previously 1. The value displayed will still show as 1 until a later patch. Again, getting rid of that Regal bottleneck, or at least smoothing it out. Increase the value of all prefix modifiers that can roll on Waystones. We've also adjusted the chance of getting the more commonly powerful modifiers such as increases to rarity and pack size. Players have been complaining, I'm not at endgame, but players who have been complaining that maps aren't feeling rewarding. This should help with that. Monster modifiers now grant higher amounts of item rarity and item quantity. This is most common on magic and rare enemies, but also affects unique enemies if applied through various endgame mechanics like Deadly Evolution Keystones. So this is also, again, some people are experiencing that certain rare packs are difficult to kill. Like rares can, again, I have been complaining a lot about the magma barrier rares, but rares are difficult to kill. They are practically little mini bosses, and if they're not feeling rewarding for that, then that needs to be fixed. Increase the chance for rare monsters and maps to have 3 or 4 modifiers. Yike. Do the whole Shaggy Gulp or Scooby Gulp. Like, uh-oh. But still, again, if they have more mods, this should hopefully help them make them more rewarding. Rare monsters in map areas are now revealed on the mini-map when there are 200 monsters remaining, previously 50. There is a current complaint, and I am actually starting to feel this myself, that areas are too big. They need to probably be shrunk down a little bit in size. I'm not sure how much they should be shrunk, but this is something that GGG can tune. But I think it would be nicer if the maps were maybe a little smaller, a little bit more rewarding. Fixed a bug where some persistent buff skills such as Raging Spirits and Mana Remnants were not working for Infernalist when in demon form. Okay, bug fixes. This is another bug where you could sometimes be unable to interact with the map device in the ziggurat. Fixed a bug where monsters shattered in a Blood Circle ultimatum encounter were not contributing blood. Pardon me. Wow. Dinner not settling well. Fixed a bug that could cause the instance to permanently stop time when trying to revive a Chronomancer. I'm sorry, that is an amusing bug. Yeah, that is like game breaking, obviously. That is potentially game breaking, but I find that amusing. The Chronomancer died! Quick, bring them back! Pardon me a moment. Alright, fixed a bug where rare monsters could not be found within the Chimeral wetlands. Whoops. Fixed a bug where move only was name locking. I do want to know how that happened. Like, I'm assuming at least some of this code came from PoE 1. So, like, how did that screw up happen? Fixed 3 instance crashes, fixed a client crash. This patch has been deployed without restarting the service. You need to restart your client to receive the client changes in this patch. So basically, when I play today, this should already be live. All right. So yeah, everything here seems reasonable, guys. Like, everything here seems reasonable. If you're not having fun, is this enough to make the game fun for you? I'm probably going to guess not. Like, I'm guessing this will not yet be a fun experience for a lot of the haters yet. But again, this is just the first of many changes. And I mean, think about this. The game has been live for less than a week. It's day 6. Day 6, and we've already got significant balance patch. And this is in addition to the other minor patches that we've seen. You know, some of these are hot fixes for crashes and things like that. Some of these are hot fixes for balance. Like, I know that they're fixing SRS. I know that they've fixed a couple of overtuned abilities. Nothing that has affected me yet, but what I'd like to see is some of my abilities tuned a bit up. But yeah, so there's no compromise. The vision's not compromised, guys. So everyone worried that GGG is going to break their vision to, you know, cater to the haters. It's like, no, they understand that you make good games by staying true to a vision, not by trying to make a game for everybody. And like I said, if you're not having fun, you have a right to be upset. Again, keep complaining. Preferably, please complain constructively. You know, again, don't meme, don't try to rage bait or clickbait or anything like that. Just be honest and tell GGG what's not working. If it's not working for you, there's a possibility it's not working for everyone. Like, one of the things I heard was a lot of complaints about Jaman Ra. And I kind of agree with some of them. I think Jaman Ra's overtuned, and I don't think it's as fun or exciting a boss fight as Geonor was. Geonor was fantastic. Like, holy cow, that was a hell of a start to an act to end Act 1 on. Like, that is, and for the most part, Act 2 was fantastic, but I did find Jaman Ra to be a bit of a letdown, and that almost certainly was tainted by the fact that I took several attempts to kill him and farmed the Dreadnought Vanguard several times in order to make sure I could have the gear where I could actually deal damage to him. So, but I think that is enough ranting and reading. I will have to do a lot more reading later, but I'm going to do that and save my voice. I'm going to save my voice and not stream that. Because, yeah, there is no way I am reading an entire balanced data slate with erratas and facts and new index changes for 28 40k factions. I'm not doing that. That is not something you're going to see me do. And once again, I do have to keep my webcam off. All right. Let's stop talking about Path of Exile 2 and start playing Path of Exile 2. That's what we're actually here for. Oh, I need to plug in my headphones so you don't get echo. I wonder if those tooltips update as I change my keybinds. Alright. Welcome to the jungle! We got fun and games! Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh no 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 no! It's like my least favorite thing in the world. Oh. Oh, it's like GGG took my two least favorite thing in the world and turned them into a monster. Why? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Oh my god, that's so bad. Do you like Grandfather Nurgle? GGG thinks you like Grandfather Nurgle. Ah. Oh, no wonder I'm doing so much damage. I'm like, where's my stun combo? And it's because I'm still wielding the two-hander from the John Raw fight. You look like a neat. Oh, you knocked me the hell back. Oh, I'm also auto. I don't want to do that. Alright. Ooh. Alright. Do I want to try to fix this by reducing my mana cost? Or do I want to go and get more damage? It is clear I still have some mana issues, so... And I do kind of want those regen. And I can always respec. I'm still at the point where I can afford to respec.
Return to deck!
I will never not be tired of using Bone Shatter. That was a bad double negative. Whoa! I seem to have missed something here. Yep, we got a minion. Oh, it's one of my least favorite minions. Or at least one of my least favorite ones. Oh, the mosquito tick is rare.
Power!
Why is the mosquito tick rare? Oh, somebody freaking broke my armor. Don't break my armor, I need that. I need it to protect my giblets. Alright. Rare mosquito tick, where'd you go? I do have to admit, I find this version of that ability far less annoying than the one in PoE 1. Ah, that is... You can still get blocked by dodge rolling. Ow. Oh, I needed to bring my shield back up, that was. Give me that Exalt.
In the right hands, this could forge something truly exceptional.
Altus Great Hammer. No, there's a higher tier of Great Hammer than that. Oh, I completely missed that you were here.
Face me!
Oh, got a few of these guys now. Uh-oh.
Take
failed to get out of the way.
Dodge this!
I think they explode before they die, though. Like, I think you actually get them to explode before they die. Good thing I can kill those mosquitoes very easily. Checkpoint. This looks like an arena. Root dredge.
You'll need more than that!
Looks like Root Dredge has just a little bit of support on it. Ooh, that freaking thing's got some push. Oh, it does have armor too. I'm gonna focus on killing the waves though. Especially Mr. Tick here. I guess it would be Mrs. Tick. The female ticks that you have to worry about. Would you please target the ones that I can bone damage? I do kind of wish that
Steel yourself!
Earth Shatter had a passive burn ability. Is he summoning those things too? Like that's that tick is still alive. Trying. Good news is I'm probably not going to run out of life flasks anytime soon. Freaking A. Some of these mobility attacks are a pain in the butt.
Hammer and anvil!
Oh, that's one down. Alright. Okay. One problem down. Next problem. Well, at least it didn't take long to break his armor. right into that one and almost paid the price for it. Whee! Alright. Optional boss drop anything?
Dodge this!
Guess it just dropped the uncut gem? So that is definitely an optional boss. Oh, I still got the... That's why. Why am I taking some... Oh. I understand. You don't do it. I screwed up my combo. Die to fiery chasms. Mana's starting to feel a little better at least. Although I will probably still finish speccing. I can go back to focusing on armor break. And doing damage stun. Not exactly where I wanted it. I cancel out of there. I was trying to see if I could reach it. This is why keyboard and mouse is still probably the superior way to play Path of Exile. I didn't. It's my own darn fault for not realizing it. Come on. Not really gonna gather up.
Reach!
Still coming out of the swamp though. I wonder if this is like an endless tide kind of thing, where the longer you stay here, the more they pile up. This time I'm gonna hit you. Alright, 3 of these is potentially a problem. 4 is even more so. 5, we say. Can we go for 6? Do we have 6 on the menu? magic? I don't know if magic. Magic and rare, the best combination. Always poisons periodic fire explosions. All right. All right. We got a couple of areas with checkpoints. Following me. There might be a boss over there. I don't want you making my life harder. That last boss fight was a pain in the butt enough. Having a rare mob running around, plus a bunch of others that had pulled over. Okay. We got something going on here with this circle. We got a hanging tree. We got some zombies coming out of the bog. Bog-felled commoners. Alright, we got an emerald ring. And that's it. Just a little treasure pot. No complaints there. And time for something completely different. Time for enemies that actually know how to fight. Oh, there's either a magic or a rare. Azakul hunters and flesh stouters. You. Trail of lightning. I do not like you. Alright. Don't I have the anti-shock charm on?
No chance!
Shouldn't I be getting like some immunity to shock here? Like, it's gotta be charged. I've killed plenty enough enemies. That was weird. We'll have to, was it because of the animation cancel I did? Those things actually sacrifice themselves before they're dead, so that is a sacrifice effect, not an on-death effect. Disinclined to step into any of the marshes. We have a shaman.
I've nowhere to keep that.
Alright, let's see if I can find room for that. In a second. Unfortunately, I got foes that I have. I cannot get to this shaman right now.
Take that!
Ah, we have a realm restart coming. Oh, that might be...
I've nowhere to keep that.
That might be my cue to take a break for the night. Alright. Ah, I'm actually pretty full up. I'm actually pretty full up. Let's see if there's anything I can drop that shouldn't be in here. Yeah, I don't think I've got 5, 6, no, 7, 8. I should be able to find room for it. I just have to be creative. Just have to get creative. Okay. You're gonna go here. Alright. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go here. You're gonna consolidate over here. You're gonna come down here. Okay. You need to go here. Oh, that's something I could do. Let's go ahead and do that now.
Wow.
Alright. Bone Chanter is leveling up. Armor Breaker is leveling up. Uncut Spirit Gem level 9. Alright, so we have Time of Need and Overwhelming Presence. Oh, I should totally have checked the other Spirit Gems. Let's go ahead and do that. We should have time. Alright, so Raging Spirits. Alright, so while active, your fire spells will also summon Raging Spirits, which are short-lived flaming skulls that rush at nearby enemies and rapidly attack them. Enemies will not directly engage these minions can pass through them. Arctic Armor conjures an icy barrier that gains stages over time. While the barrier stages, melee attacks that hit you will remove a stage to cause a burst of ice that deals cold spell damage to the attacker. This is actually something potentially I'd need to get a bunch of int for it, but... Conjure Surging Lightning to restore your mana. While active, shocked enemies you kill have a chance to spawn a Mana Remnant, and critically hitting a shocked target spawns a Mana Remnant every few seconds. Picking up a Mana Remnant grants you a mana which can overflow your maximum mana. Okay, Herald of Ash is also up and available for the Mercenary, or I should say none of these are unavailable for anything, it's just these are recommended. Herald of Thunder, while active, killing shocked enemies with attack damage will cause subsequent attacks hits to release lightning bolts, which deal attack damage to all surrounding enemies. War Banner, while active, killing enemies with attacks or standing near a unique generates Valor. Using the skill consumes its Valor to place an inspiring banner with an aura that grants you and nearby allies attack damage and accuracy while the banner lasts. The banner cannot gain Valor while placed, and you cannot place a banner while you already have a banner placed. So that's War Banner. So War Banner is active. I just need to get more decks for it. Let's see. The Monk gets Herald of Thunder, and Ghost Dance periodically gains Ghost Shrouds. If you are hit while you have a Ghost Shroud, it is immediately consumed to recover Energy Shield based on your evasion. Very nice. Herald of Ice. While active, shattering an enemy with an attack hit will cause an icy explosion that deals attack damage to surrounding enemies. Grim Feast feeds on a corpse to bolster your energy shield. While active, enemies and reviving minions that die in your presence have a chance to drop Grim Remnants. Picking up a Grim Remnants grants you energy shield, which can overflow maximum energy shield. And then Withering Presence. While active, periodically withers enemies in your presence, which is a nice debuff to have. Finally, we have Herald of Thunder again. Plague Bearer stores all poison damage you deal. Using the Plague Nova skill unleashes the stored poison. And Wind Dancer grants a buff that gives you more evasion per stage. Being hit by a melee attack while you have this buff consumes all your stages to damage and knock back enemies around you. Very nice. Alright. So, and then Herald of Ash was the other one. While active, enemies you sufficiently overkill with attacks will cause an explosion that ignites nearby enemies based on the overkill damage. I'm not sure I'm dealing overkill. If I were going more slam-based, this would probably be something I would consider. Let's see. It does have a buff to it. What is the buff? Nutting surrounding enemies if overkill damage is at least 20% of enemies' maximum life. So I have to do a significant overkill damage to use that. That's something I'll have to benefit from. So I'm doing a lot more breaking than I thought, so Scavenge Plating might be nice. Alright. Let's do the level 8s, because we can do a level 8 now. Cast on Ignite. While active, gains energy when you ignite enemies and triggers active spells on reaching maximum energy. Cast on Freeze. While active, gain energy when you freeze enemies. Triggers active spell on maximum freeze. And then Cast on Shock. Guess what that does. Alright. Overwhelming Presence we'll look at in a moment. Shard Scavenger. While active, consuming Freeze, Shock, Ignite, or fully broken armor on enemy reloads your crossbow. This can only occur once every few seconds. So that's a great way to keep the pressure going, it sounds like. One moment. Defiance Banner. While active, killing enemies with attacks or standing near a unique enemy generates Valor. Using this skill consumes its Valor. To place an inspiring banner with an aura that grants you and nearby allies armor, evasion, and movement speed while the banner lasts. The banner cannot gain Valor while placed, and you cannot place a banner while you already have a planner base. So this is obviously the defensive banner. Barrier Invocation. While active, this invocation gains energy when your energy shield is damaged by hits. Using the invocation once sufficient energy is gathered will consume the energy to trigger socketed spells and can trigger them multiple times if it has enough energy. Elemental Invocation. While active, this invocation gains energy when you freeze, shock, or ignite an enemy. Using the invocation once sufficient energy is gathered will consume the energy to trigger socketed spells and can trigger them multiple times if it has enough energy. I wonder how many spells are available or normally seen on monks. But if you want to do, like, this sounds like you could kind of gish this, so. Lingering Illusion. Creates a short-lived illusory copy of yourself whenever you dodge roll. The copy can be damaged by enemies, and copies that are destroyed by an enemy will grant you a power charge. So a nice little way to gain additional power charges. Cast on Minion Death. While active, gains energy when one of your minions is killed and triggers socketed spells upon reaching maximum energy. Cannot socket spells which create minions. I wonder if this works with our SRS. Or your temporary minions. Barrier Invocation. While active, this invocation gains energy when you're... Okay, yep, we already saw that one. Blasphemy. Turn socketed curse skill into vile auras, applying their effects to all nearby enemies. Combat Frenzy. While active, grants you a frenzy charge. When you freeze, electrocute, or pin an enemy, this can only occur once every few seconds. And the Herald of Plague. While active, killing a poisoned enemy spreads its poison to other nearby enemies and has a chance to also hinder them. Alright. Then we have Overwhelming Presence. While active, enemies in your presence are easier to stun and inflict elemental ailments upon. And finally, Time of Need. Invokes divine blessing periodically, healing you and removing curses and elemental ailments from you. So that's actually level 10. Interesting. We're definitely going with Overwhelming Presence. Alright. We're not socketing that yet. I don't think that gives you an extra gem shot, so I'm going to have to give something up. I'll have to decide what I'm going to give up. Alright. Now we can pick up that cultist Great Hammer.
Dodge this!
Siege and puddles are not my friend. Cannot seem to get this guy out of them. Alright, we start in 15 minutes. It's another one of these is a rare. Oh! I'm in trouble. I did not realize I'd used that many freaking flask charges.
No chance!
Alright. Okay. At this point, I do have, especially since now I know I can go back, at this point I do have to go back to town and...
Quickly.
Hello.
Alright. Actually, I got plenty of transmutes, so I can sell a lot of these. Oh. Actually, no. I do want to disenchant. I do want to disenchant. Alright, so we got accuracy and attack speed, disenchant. We have lightning resist, but it's on a helmet I'm not going to use, disenchant. We have amount recovered and increased charges. Still 9 uses, so we're going to keep that one. That is mana? Yes, mana. Ooh, +1 to all melee skills, but it's also got a mana thing. Ooh, wow, though, that means there's potentially a lot of bonuses to melee you can get. Ooh. That's just not the right combination of mons, I think. Armor evasion helm with cold resistance and a lot of it. That's going to be a potential crafting project. Can't use. Increase amount recovered and increase charges gained. Good. And we're going to potentially be using this to get more spirit. Accuracy rating, do not care right now. That might become something I look at later. Alright, for now, Going there. Alright. Oh, it's gonna be a pain in the butt, isn't it? It's not gonna let me really store things fast and efficient. Shoot. We're running out of time, so we're just gonna have to do it this way. Interface. It's freaking obnoxious. Seriously, I'm trying to get to it. Nah, there's no point. I'm just wasting time at this point. I really, really want to get to the next zone before the restart.
Young one.
Going first.
Young one.
Alright. Increased physical and accuracy rating. Oh, I wish the accuracy rating wasn't there. Mana per enemy killed. Again, I really want to start with mods that I know for a fact.
Speak up.
Alright. 10 minutes. We're on the clock, people. Alright, this is back where the way I came.
No chance!
Actually probably want to change my loadout and go to the other skill instead of magma barrier. Point. The checkpoint. There's the ziggurat encampment. Okay. And we're running. Alright, we'll quickly check back. Actually, let's take a look at the map. No, we're unlikely to have missed anything there. I have a feeling we've got yet another boss because we should be finding a spirit boon soon. We got a spirit gem from one boss. We need a spirit boon to... Oh, why are you... Okay, it reset it at least, but still, that was a painful combination. This is not particularly fun either. Not sure what to do about this. This is a... might be easier to deal with that guy than this guy because of freaking...
Hammer and anvil!
Two rares, depending on what... And that freaking guy. Again, Degen is not my friend. Alright, let's see what they give me this time. Alright. All damage shocks, hinder aura. Hinder, I believe, is reduced speed. Powerful minions, extra lightning damage. If I can kite him out, so I don't have to worry about the degens. You can come out and play? Is that a boss arena? Did I...
They're swarming!
Maybe how I should have handled this the last time. He says maybe. He says this it clearly works this time. Man, this guy does not want to stun either. He stunned the one time, but he's like, you're not stunning me again.
You are no warrior.
No, he's a shaman. Alright, 4 minutes to get to the destination, to get to the next checkpoint. But at least we know where it is. Yeah, rares in this game are no joke. They are mini-bosses. There are certain rare mods that I think need to be tuned. Like, I have no idea still. I fought at least 6 of them now, and I still don't know what to do about Magma Barrier. I just don't know what to do about it.
Break!
Gimme! Only got a few minutes left, sheesh. Alright. Excellent. Okay. So now I'm here in the Ziggurat encampment.
Not quite. Treasure hunters.
Alright, for now, we're going to take a break here. It's about to stop in 2 minutes, so we're going to exit Path of Exile 2, let them do their thing, let them restart the realms, and we're going to take a break for the night. This is going to just be a short log. Alright, however, we should be able to see what is going on. Again, don't mind Mozilla spam. Oh, looks like they might be restarting the servers there too. We can stop recording. I've been so spotty with that. I've gotten better. I've gotten better at recording my playthroughs for my own posterity so I can potentially make videos with it later. It looks like the whole realm might be down. They might have taken the whole realm down. I wanted to see if I could look at the patch notes. Yeah, the whole realm was down. Okay, well, I will then start the next time I stream. I'll start with the patch notes. We'll go over them again, at least if they're extensive patch notes. If they're extensive patch notes, we'll go over again. Otherwise, we won't care. In the meantime, I wonder if it'll let me. Nope, still not switching webcams very well. Oh well. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get food. Hopefully tomorrow we'll actually go according to plan. My current schedule is I don't have anything going on for tomorrow. I have a game night with some friends on Friday. Saturday, there is a Warhammer store Christmas party that I'm taking part in. And then Sunday, hopefully the family will be able to go out and see Wicked. And then next week is more doctor's appointments, but there should still be some time for at least some evening streaming for most of this, although I'll have to probably do early afternoon on Friday. But hopefully tomorrow we'll really be able to dig in. It would be really cool if I could do the rest of Act 3 tomorrow. That would be fantastic. Just really finally sit down and dive and tuck in for the first time since launch. So that would be very nice. Of course, it depends on what, my health and the migraines have to say. So in the meantime, I kept it on the webcam that's not working. Like, work, darn you, work. Hi, I'm here now. Yay. All right. In the meantime, this has been Exiled Urgic.